Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me just adjust this light a little bit. There we are. I'm not quite so in the bright this time. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another card and affirmation of the day. For any of my new followers who don't know me, my name's Lady Moonlight. I'm the Mystic Witch. Hi, Glasshouse Glamour. I've only been on TikTok for around about 4 or 5 weeks, full time. Before that, I was on Facebook and Instagram, and I was doing a lot of lives on there. I don't know what's the matter with the screen today. My son has had my tablet today, and the screen is a bit wonky. Let me just give it the camera a little white. Bear with me, folks. My son borrows my I have an autistic son. We're off to a flying start. I have an autistic son who visits me. Oh, what's happened to her? Oh, where did we go? Oh. Apologies for the beginning of this live. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. Goodness knows what happened there. However, I am in my spiritual room where I do a lot of spiritual work. It is a very active room, and the spirits in here do tend to like playing with my electronic equipment, and often they can turn tablets off, phones off, iPads off. I have a little music box here, and this goes off by itself. As you can see, you have to open the drawer to set this off. But for whatever reason, spirits like to play with this. And sometimes when I'm doing lives or I'm doing my readings, this goes off all by itself. Spirit love to open the drawer and play the music box. So it is a spooky room. I never know what they're up to. Mischievous, but it's fun. Hi, Conjo. Hi, Nikki Holly. Hi, Jessica. Wow. Is what made for dwarfs. Little music box. Hi, everyone. Okay. Thank you. I'm actually growing my purple out. I am going grey gracefully. Just because I don't really do a lot of chemicals, and for years I've been dyeing my hair because I like the colour purple, but it doesn't go with my sort of philosophy and my principles. But I've been trying to hold off going grey for a long time, but I decided, you know what, I am an old crone witch, so I dare say grey hair or silver hair, whatever you want to call it, would probably more suit a crone than the purple. Good question. I'm not. Huh? No, I'm not. Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, yeah.
I've been better.
Oh, well, what's up?
Oh, just I've basically got my heart broken today, but it's all good. I've got cheap wine and cigarettes.
That's a good start. You know what? Everybody broke your heart. Shame on them because it's their loss, not yours.
Thank you. So I saw that I saw on the join like live thingy, and your name intrigued me. Are you a
Uh-huh.
witch?
Yes.
So I'm a baby witch. Like I'm learning. I'm learning. I don't know what kind I want to do yet, but I've got my first kind of book. I'm collecting my crystals and rainwater and everything, and I got a tattoo like dedicated to it. So I wanted
Wow.
to
I
cheer
love
myself up by talking to another fellow witch because I bet you. Thank
well,
you. But I wanted
strange
to like
enough.
speak to someone. You're probably a lot stronger than what I am.
Well, there are different witches, as you may know. I'm an elder crone traditional witch. Some call us old souls. And the reason that they call
Okay.
us old souls, traditional witchcraft is totally different from Wicca or White Witch or Head
Yeah.
Witch. We don't learn from any books. We literally don't learn
Okay.
from any books. What we know has been passed on from ancestor to ancestor, generation to generation. Kind of like similar to what
Yeah.
Native Americans do. Native Americans tend to pass down their knowledge, from grandfather to grandchild to daughter, etc. So traditional witches have always done that. They're called old souls, and the reason we're called old souls, I guess some of us call us starseeds because
Yeah.
although although we are on the earth plane, that isn't our home. We're
Yeah.
put here for healing, for helping others, etc., etc. Um, I have lived a total of 6 past lives that I know of, and also learned a lot of knowledge from that.
Yeah.
I'm a mom, two, and a grandmother of three. My great grandmother was an Irish um, gypsy witch,
Oh
and
wow.
I'm ascended from her. And we lived. When I found out about my grandmother, I found out that we live parallel lives. Everything that I've gone through in this life, she went through. But the mistakes that
Yeah.
she made were rectified in this life through her
Okay.
guidance, and through
That's
her yeah. She's been my guide from the very start. Oh, somebody's got a
sounds
barky
amazing.
dog.
Like really to know. Like my cat and my dog are just nuts. Say hi, Ali. Come here. Say hi. This is Ali.
Oh,
And
dear.
then I have a cat called Dobby as well. So here's Ali. She's my collie. There's
Oh,
Dobby. But here is the leader of them all. I'll show you him. Like, lie down. Lie down. This is Rudy. Now, Rudy, everyone's afraid of, but he's my baby. Where is he? Rudy. It's a rat, so I hope you're not scared of rats.
there isn't very many animals on this planet that I
Where has he
am
gone?
scared
He
of.
keeps getting out of his cage. I don't actually think he's in the cage. Look, he's like not coming.
Oh,
Rudy.
I have two African parrots.
Oh wow.
They were my mum's parrots, and when my mum passed away in 2009, um, my wicked stepdad, who I don't speak to anymore, he was going to sell them. And
Yeah.
I said, no, you're not selling them because one of them talks. And he's such a spiritual
Oh
bird,
no.
which is why I love him. And he picks up the voices of the spirits in here and talks. So we hear different
Okay.
voices out of the parrot, which is my partner absolutely adores them. He's just like,
Wow.
who was that?
Amazing.
I don't know. They are sleeping just now, but they're usually
This is
pretty noisy.
Rudy.
Oh, so cute. So I'm just
He is cute, but
welcome.
everyone that comes here wants to kill him, and I'm like, leave him
Oh,
alone.
well, welcome to everyone that's joining. If I've missed anybody's names, I do apologise. Feel free to send hearts or whatever. What I'm going to be doing in this video, for anyone that's already following me, you may have seen my card and affirmation of the day, the little mini ones. Well, what I used to do is I used to do the card and affirmation on the day on Facebook. But if anybody else has been on Facebook lately, or is it just me? But Facebook has basically gone down the rabbit hole. It's just not the same Facebook that I
Yeah,
remember
definitely.
years ago. And it was a friend of mine that said, you need to go on TikTok. You need to share your wisdom, your knowledge on TikTok. That's the place to be. And I put it off. I literally put it off for about 3 or 4 months. And my friend kept on, you need to go on TikTok. It's the place to be. I thought, you know what? I will. I'll give it a go. I'll start with the little mini readings and see how I go. Within 3 weeks, I had reached my first 1K follower, which blew me away. Um, because over in Facebook land or Instagram, you're lucky if I got 200 followers. You know, um, my history is a pretty dire history, but it's not unusual for witches to go through it. But I was actually born blind. I had no vision whatsoever when I was young. Yeah, I was able to describe people to my mom from an early age, and she couldn't understand how can my daughter see faces, describe faces, and describe people when she can't see. I don't get it. She never got it until I got older and she realized that it was that. And I would often be seen in the garden sitting talking to what my mother used to call imaginary people. And it wasn't, it was my spirit guides. Spirit were my friends. Um, I got a little bit of vision back uh, round about the age of 5. So my mother told me it wasn't great, but I got by on it. And I developed cataract about 12, 13 years ago. And they had asked me to go for an operation. Well, the hospital had said you need to have an operation. Now, being a witch, I was told by my guides not to have the operation. However, I was in a 30-year abusive marriage and it was very controlling at the
I'm
time.
sorry to hear that.
And, he said she'll have it. She'll have the operation because if she has the operation, she won't be, she won't have bad sight anymore, and she won't be weird and odd and all of this, and she'll be perfect. I'm thinking, thank you very much. Like I'm not perfect already. But however, abusers are very good at manipulating and getting around the people that they prey on. So I decided I will try one eye and see how I get on. So they operated on my right eye. It didn't improve my vision. It made it a little bit clearer, but I still wasn't able to see a great deal from the distance. So they said, well, we believe that, second eye will be fine. They'll be absolutely fine. So got a lot of pressure from my ex's family and the hospital, etc. And I went for the operation. The next day I took the patches off and couldn't see a thing. Rather than making my vision better, it had made it worse. I was working as a full-time carer then, looking after adults with autism because I have a son with autism, so I was experienced enough for that job. I had to give up that full-time job. I met my current partner 8 years ago through a friend who said he needed some help, and I went to meet him. And I was basically the messenger. She wanted to know whether this man was a witch because she had met him on Facebook and wanted to know if he was a witch. And we met him, and the day that I met him, I was actually stepping off a train at the train station. And as soon as I got off the train, his first thought in his head was, welcome home. We didn't realise that we had lived a past life together as a couple.
Right.
And when I got off the train, the actual train turned into a steam train. I saw, just for a few seconds, it turned into a steam train. And I saw him as he was in past life. And we went for a coffee, and conversation just went naturally. It was like I already knew him, he already knew me. And I found myself telling him all about the abuse that I was going through, and there was no way out. 4 weeks later, I left my abuser and moved in with him, and we've been together for 8 happy years. But I've had 50 years of bullying and abuse, and rather than destroying it, I've used it to help other women with abuse. And a lot of people will say to me, oh, you should have left him. It's really, really hard to leave an abusive relationship when the abuser cuts you off from your own family. I hadn't seen my family members for 30 years because he always made some excuses. We couldn't go and see them because he lived quite a distance away. So he almost took my life the day before I left him. But luckily I survived to escape. His family have now banned me to see my grandchildren. So it's kind of blackmail, if come back to your ex, or even 8 years after, come back to your ex so you don't see your grandkids. But I'm a traditional witch. I'd already told my grandkids that their parents were going to stop them seeing me. Oh no, they won't, Gran, they won't, and they did. So my grandkids know when they're old enough, they can come and see their gran.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my kind of history. But I've always known from a young age that my calling here as a crone witch, I was witch in past life, and taught many witches the craft. And my oldest granddaughter is she's going to be a good witch when she has all the traits of her gran. My daughter was abused by my ex, and she ended up, rather than healing from it, she became the abuser, and she has abused all 3 of my grandkids. It's it is what it is, but a lot of people say, how on earth do you cope day to day? And I said, you know what? If I hadn't gone through any of that, how on earth would I be in a position to help other women that are going through or have been through that? Sometimes,
Have you ever
hard
thought
as
about
it
hexing him?
pardon?
Have you ever thought about putting like a hex on him?
No. The reason I don't do spells and hexes. A lot of spells and hexes, they are more sort of on the Wicca or the black witch, white witch side of things.
Yeah.
In traditional witchcraft, we believe that what you put out, you can also receive. So if
Yeah.
you're doing harm to
Yeah.
somebody, yeah, even if somebody has done wrong to you, for you then to put a hex on that person, you're basically doing wrong back to them. Now, what happens in a situation with that is you get back 3 times what you put out. So your abuser would, yes, eventually your abuser would get karma anyway, without any intervention from me or any other witch. Because what he puts out will come back to haunt him. He is dying a slow, painful death because he developed a bowel disease. That's his karma. You know, he's caused so much pain to underage children. His end is not going to be, and that's without any intervention of me. A lot of people will say, "Oh, you put a curse or a hex on him." No, I didn't have to. He did that all of his own merit. Because what we put out into the universe, our words, even our thoughts and our actions, they're going to come back at some point, and they can manifest in lots of different ways. So a lot of people will, say, "Do I do love spells?" No. And the reason I don't do love spells is you're going against somebody's free will. Now, what I mean by that is think of the love spell as a love spell. You know, when people come and say, "Can you do a love spell? I love this man, he doesn't love me, and I want him to fall in love with me. And so we can go and live happily ever
Yeah, it's a
after."
bit horrible.
You know? And what I tend to say to people, if you've got somebody saying, "I can bring your love back to you," stay well clear of them. Imagine, break that spell down. What you're basically doing is that person that doesn't love the person that wants a spell done on them, right? The connection, the love connection, the romance connection is not there. The spark isn't there anyway. So imagine then that would be like me putting you in a room with a man that you despise or you don't like, you don't feel any connection to that person, and you're being told, "Well, you're going to love this person whether you like this person or not." How would that make you feel? You would hate it.
Yeah, awful. It would.
It would be going against your free will. And I've seen witch doctors do such spells, and I've actually had people come to my DM box and saying, um, you know, I almost lost my husband, and the witch doctor solved it, and my husband came back to me. And I said, "Yeah, okay, he came back to you. Let's see how that goes." Because spells don't always last a lifetime, and eventually they break. And that person is going to then realize, "I don't actually love the person that I'm with. What the hell happened?" And they break up anyway. Because again, it's dabbling in kinetics. It's genetics and feelings and emotions and free will. So I would always say stay away from anyone that offers relationship spells, hexes, etc., etc. Because basically you're taking away somebody's free will. If you're hexing somebody, you're hurting somebody with intent, and eventually what might well happen is, imagine if you hex somebody and that person realized that you had hexed them. What are they going to do? They're going to go and find another witch and cast a hex back at you. So it's
Yeah.
going to come threefold, you know. A lot of other witches do. I have seen witches do hexes. My sister was a dark witch and she did quite a few nasty hexes. Um, I would say, unless you really know exactly what you're doing with spells and hexes, there are some spells and hexes that you can do that they don't harm the other person, but they're more teaching a lesson. But you need to have the knowledge and the wisdom on how to set and how to cast those spells and to work them properly so that
Yeah.
no one is harmed in the process, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah,
Hi.
because like last year, I was going through a bit of a thing with an ex-partner, and we've got a 5-year-old little girl together, and
Uh-huh.
he proceeded to like, last year I went through a similar thing where it was with an ex-partner, and we've got a little girl together. She's 5 years old, and he was just making it difficult. And there was a lady who took a shine to me wanting to learn different kinds of like witchcraft, and she advised me to get 2 candles and a piece of rope and burn it between each end, and whoever falls first as the candle is the one that will disappear. Now, I did my research and I found out, and I'm glad I didn't do it, because not only if it would have been him that had fallen, it would have affected my daughter also, because she's a part of me and him.
Yep. Yep. They're
So I'm so
connected.
glad I didn't do it.
Yep. Yep. As I
There's
said,
so many
there's a
risks
lot
and
of,
dangers, isn't there?
yeah, there is so many, and also there are also so many fake witches and stuff out there. I'm just going to answer one of these comments. Jane166. Um, if I have time in this reading with after the card of the day and affirmation of the day, which I'll be doing shortly, I will definitely give you a single card, my love. What I've decided to do on my card and affirmation of the day is throughout the reading, I'm just going to randomly see um, a name or whatever, and I'm going to pick 5 people that I can pick a card for um, during this live. Obviously, I would love, 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 love to read for everybody. However, if you follow my profile, there is a post on my profile where you can put your name down for a 1 minute card reading, and I will add you to my list. The first time I did this, as you can see, my list was huge. And I'm like, well, I can't do everything one day. So I had to put a post up saying, thank you all for asking me to pick a card for you, but bear with me. It might take a few days to get through this list. Because I'm a Reiki master as well. So I do Reiki healing as well as readings during the day. And then I'm also, you know, oh, we've got somebody else popped up there. Um, and I also do the crafting and painting and as well as my spell work. Um, but yeah, um, I used to run an online coven for those that wanted to learn traditional witchcraft over on Facebook. And I found that everybody wanted to come on, but there were a lot of people that wanted to learn the craft, not for good intentions, but they felt I'm a witch, I can be powerful and I can control. And I'm thinking, no, you're not coming in my coven. If your intent is to learn the craft so that you can be the almighty witch that is going to be controlling everybody, that's not witches. That's not what witches are about. Um, you know, we're healers ultimately. So we do healing, we send healing, and we are readers. We do readings for people as well. Thank you so much, Percy Mint, I think that is. Thank you so much for the roses. Thank you so much for the gifts. Absolutely beautiful. Diane Smith, I'm going to put you down for a card for the rose. Thank you, Diane Smith. So let's just put your name down here. Diane Smith. So we have, oops, got you on the wrong list here. Just whenever I see a name pop up, I'm just going to sort of pop them in. Diane Smith, yes, you are on my list you are number 2 on my list. That's 2, 3, 6, 8, 5. So after my card of the day and affirmation, yes, Diane, I will give you a card reading. So let me just scroll up here. So oh wow, thank you so much. Finger heart, thank you so much, Diane. Hello, Pixie, welcome. Lovely to see you. So, as I said, throughout the card and affirmation of the day, if anyone was on my live yesterday, Pixie got a card, and it was quite an emotional reading. I have a website link on my bio with my YouTube channels on there, and I've saved the last night's live on there with the reading on there, but it was a lovely, lovely reading from Pixie. And that made me decide I was going to just pick 5 random names from tonight's live while I'm doing the live, whichever name I'm drawn to. And then after I've done my card of the day and my affirmation of the day, I will then pick a card for the 5 names. Hi, Famous. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much. Honestly, I do appreciate, I'm just blown away with everybody sending likes and gifts, and I've never had that before when I've been doing Facebook or whatever, and I've been doing readings for many, many years. Do excuse me for looking closely at the screen. I am registered blind, so I don't have a lot of vision, but my spiritual so yeah. Turn off the invites to join my live so that I can focus on my readings. Yes, Nicole. There are different ways that you can have a reading. I have a readings post on my profile. Do you know what? Let's put you down for a card today as well. Nicole Hannah, sorry. I'm just going to jot the names down. Okay, so we've got Nicole Hannah. I'm just going to put you down as Nicole Hannah. You're welcome. And I'm going to let's do Famous Ash as well. Now, I do have space for one more, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my card and affirmation of the day, and then I'm going to start with the readings, Do continue to put likes, etc. And throughout the live, and before I do the personal readings, the 5 personal readings, I will pick the first person to get a reading, if that makes sense. Thank you, Pixie, for the likes. Okay, so let me start so that I'm not keeping those that want a reading hanging on. Let me start with the affirmation of the day. Now, you can see the mini affirmations of the day on my profile page. I do the little mini ones, but I do the full affirmations and card of the day now live every evening on here. Sometimes I'm going to be doing them during the day. It depends on if I've got booked readings. Now, for those that don't receive a reading tonight, how can you get a reading from me? You can go to my profile, and there is a pinned post on my profile that you can put your name down for my readings list. And what I do is I go through the names and I list them in my notebook. And then every day I will pick 3 names from that list. I will do a 1-minute mini reading for them and tag them in that reading. Those readings are free. I also do Facebook Messenger video or Messenger call live readings, 1-to-1 readings. They usually last between an hour to 2 hours for a reading, and they are £25 for those readings. But if you're wanting just a free, quick, short reading, you can go to my profile, put your name down on there, follow me on there, put your name down. And if you're following me, you'll see that when I've got round to reading your card, I will tag you in your particular card reading, if that makes sense. So definitely go and check out my profile. Everything's on there. My website's on there as well, so that if you want to see previous lives that I've done, this is my 3rd live on TikTok. And what I do is after the live, I will put them on my YouTube channels. I have 2 YouTube channels. My first one is the Lady Moonlight, because that's my crone name is Lady Moonlight. So I have my Lady Moonlight channel, which basically tells you a little bit. I share my music on there, my lifestyle, like walking in the woods. You'll see my witchy partner, and how I live, basically. And then I have the Mystic Witch YouTube channel, where I share all my cards and affirmations of the day, and some of my TikTok videos are shared on there as well, including these lives. So you can go along there as well. No problem, Nicole. Anytime. Okay, so today's affirmation is, today is a new beginning. How many of us have woke up and we've thought, I've had a bad day yesterday, I've had a bad week, today's just going to be the same, nothing's going to change, right? When you start doing that, whatever you think, whatever you put out there, you will manifest. So you can wake up with the affirmation, today is going to be a new beginning. Yesterday's gone, can't bring it back, right? We can't bring back the past, right? We can learn from it, we can heal from it, but just for today, make it as though it's your very first day on earth. What would you like to do on that first day? And go ahead and do it. Life is too short to live with regrets. You know, I don't plan for tomorrow or I don't plan too far ahead in the future, because ultimately everybody's journey on this earth plane can be long or short, and we just never know whether we will have another tomorrow. So why waste our time worrying about, spending a whole day worrying about the past, worrying about what we did yesterday, the bad week that we've had, when we can wake up and say, today's, scrap everything else, today's a new day, I'm just going to get up and I'm going to do what I want to do today. And I'm not going to think about the past, I'm not going to think about tomorrow, because today is a new day. Today is a new beginning. And that's the affirmation I often use, especially if I've had things going wrong in my week, or my partner's gone through a lot and I've been helping with him. And I'll think, okay, that's done, it's dealt with. I've healed him or I've healed me, and we've gone past that. Today is a new day. And when you start that new beginning, it's like shutting a book on an old chapter and starting a new chapter. Now imagine doing that every day. Imagine the fun days that you can have in life if every day you woke up and you said, today's going to be a new beginning and I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. Exactly. Gratitude is a good one. No problem, Diane. Diane, I think I've got you down for a reading. So if you pop onto my profile, click on the link and go to my YouTube channel, you'll get your reading. You're able to catch the rest of this live on there. It's one of the reasons that I do put these lives on, because I know time is precious for a lot of people. It's also precious for me as well. But yeah, definitely gratitude is another good one. Be grateful for the things that you have in life. Be grateful for every day that you have, because tomorrow is never promised. There's so many wonderful affirmations, but I was contemplating on what affirmation can I use today. No problem, Diane, you're more than welcome, and thank you for joining me. So I would often say, what affirmation can I use today? And usually my guides will say, tomorrow's a new beginning. Start tomorrow afresh. And I thought, you know what, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Because how many of us take yesterday into today and then into tomorrow and then into tomorrow? Because you go to bed, don't you? If you've had a really crap day, or somebody's annoyed us, or somebody's irritated us, we go to bed and it just whirls and whirls and whirls and whirls around your head. Then eventually you fall asleep. And what's the first thing you think about when you wake up? Yep, it all comes back. So you're dragging that into another day. And then you're dragging that into another day, and before you know it, you've dragged it into another week. So if we can consciously tell ourselves, when we wake up in the morning, whatever happened yesterday is gone, today is a new beginning. And we don't, for that whole day, we tell ourselves, and if I find myself thinking about yesterday, I'm just going to cancel that thought and I'm just going to continue in the new beginning. When you do manifestations, daily manifestations, anything that we repeat more than 25 times becomes a routine. So if you're doing affirmations every day for 25 days, it becomes a routine and it becomes natural. And you naturally wake up then saying, today's going to be a new beginning, and life gets better. And yes, sometimes things happen in life, like the pregnancy, can change people's attitudes and mindsets, often for the better, because you're not only thinking about yourself now, you're thinking about the children that you're bringing into the world, etc., and how they are going to need you. And so it's a big responsibility being a mom or a gran or a great grandmother, because your children, your grandchildren rely on you for wisdom and the knowledge. So yeah. Exactly. Positive vibes. I love that, Persimmon. Yes, we have just gone through a retrograde. And when we've come on the other side of a retrograde, it's like coming out of a rainstorm into the sunlight, right? Once a retrograde clears and the debris from it clears, things get better. There is new beginnings, not just for me, not just for, but for everyone. And if we keep positive mindset, we can embrace those new beginnings. If you change a negative into a positive, you can change how the outcome is going to be. If you think positive, you're going to get positive coming back. If you think negative, the universe is going to give you negative back. It always has. For as long as I've been on this earth plane and through universal realms and stuff, universal karma is the same. It gives you back what you put out. And that's not just words and actions, it's your thoughts as well. Take away our human forms. We are just balls of white light energy. Our thoughts are part of that white light energy. So when we pass over into spirit, we leave the concrete or the physical body behind, and only that white light energy remains, including the thoughts with it. And you connect with other white light energy, and white energy can connect with others. That means spirit can read our thoughts, they can read our words, they can hear our words as well. But ultimately, they can communicate just through our thoughts. If we think about somebody, we bring them near. If I think about my mom who passed away, and my dad was my best friend, he passed away in 1994 with cancer. But if I think about him, he's there. You draw your loved ones near when you think about them, because it's just like having a loud halo and shouting, a loudspeaker and shouting their names. They hear it, because our thoughts are part of our white light energy. Oh, beautiful. I love that your daughter saved you. I love that one as well. Be grateful for what we have and not what we haven't. See you soon, Diane, if you've already gone. Oh, let's see, I don't know what I'm doing here. But I love that. I absolutely love that. So I'm going to shuffle my Old Faithful cards for the card of the day. And then I'm going to random, while I'm doing that, after I've read the card of the day, please send me the hearts, lots of hearts and likes. And I'm just going to go with who I'm drawn to add that fifth and final person for a card this evening. But I will be back on tomorrow night, and I will pick another 5 random people tomorrow as well during my card and affirmation of the day. Were your 2 grandmothers very, very close, i.e. they knew each other? Thank you for the likes, Debbie. Oh, that's so sad. But you know what? Our loved ones in spirit, even though they passed away before we gave birth or before we had our children or whatever, they still take a huge part in bringing bringing our children into the world. In fact, a lot of them actually help with bringing the child into the world, i.e., they will send the unborn child universal spiritual healing while you're carrying the child, and that's their I guess that's their spiritual gift to you. Our loved ones, whether it's a grandmother, whether it's a mom, sister, brother, friend, if you have a life connection with that person, that life connection continues even after they're gone. Oh, how beautiful is that? Well, always trust your spirit guides. Your spirit guides will never ever let you down. Um, my spirit guides have been, my main spirit guide is my great grandmother. She is my higher self, and I'm going to be doing different lives, not just cards of the day and thoughts of the day. I'm hoping on Sunday I'm going to do a live devoted just to giving out single card readings to those that want it. And I'm hoping on Friday evening, providing nothing turns up like book readings or anything, somebody on last night's live asked me if I could do a live to explain what happens when we pass over into spirit. You know, what happens when we obviously we come into the earth and we're born onto this earth and we live our lives and then we die and we pass over. And a lot of people had said, do you know what happens to our souls when we pass? Yes, I do. As a starseed, as an indigo child, a lot of people will say, you know, witches many traditional witches are indigo starseeds, i.e. we have a human existence here on the earth plane, but we can astral travel to different realms, spirit realms. And I'm going to kind of go more in depth into that on Friday when I do my afterlife live on Friday, just to kind of answer those questions. So do feel free to join me on Friday as well if you have any afterlife questions. Oh, congratulations. What did she have? Did she have a little boy or a little girl? I love hearing of new life coming into the world. It's beautiful. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Do you know what? One of the best, somebody once said to me, how do I deal with a lot of negative people or a lot of people that are throwing negative vibes my way? You know, that's the simplest thing to do is if you know you're going into a room full of negative people or you're going to be among people that maybe are negative towards you, what you can do is you visualize. Have you ever seen these big, huge, massive balls that you see in fairgrounds? And you open up the zip and you walk into the ball and they zip you up and you can walk on water, you can roll on water on these massive balls. So you're kind of like a hamster in a hamster wheel, if you like. What I do is a powerful meditation. And what I imagine is that I'm in this beautiful, beautiful glass bowl, and the glass bowl is filled with white gold light. And while I'm in the room of negative people, nobody can penetrate that glass bowl. Nobody can penetrate that white light. As long as I stay within that white golden light, which is white golden light is the highest vibration, universal light. It is the light or love bubble. And as long as you are in that bubble, there is no negative force on this earth or in the universe can penetrate that white light. Negative is dark. Love and spiritual light is golden light. The dark do not like the light. They will steer clear of the light. So imagine yourself surrounded in that golden light inside a glass bowl. Nobody can connect with you. You can still see the world around you by looking out of the glass bowl, but nobody can actually penetrate your protective shield. No problem. And you know what? That is a natural thing. You know, when we fear somebody, when I went through 30 years of abuse, I was searching. I intuitively knew that somewhere out there was my soulmate. And dark forces of the universe often come into our lives to stop us meeting those soulmates, because dark force do not want soulmate to meet with another soulmate, because that's two light forces together. Can you imagine light workers connecting together? How bright would that be? It would be so bright, it would basically light up the whole planet. Dark forces, negative forces don't want that. They hate the light. So they try and divide the light workers. So they will send decoys, I guess. But throughout the 30 years, I was looking for my soulmate. And one day on the snow moon, it would have been about 10 years ago, I cast a spell and set my intentions and said to the universe, I know my soulmate's out there. And I cast the spell and I give my gifts and I ask you to bring him to me. I'm patient, I will wait. Little did I know my current partner, who is my soulmate, cast the spell for the same reason, on the same moon, on the same year. Exactly 2 years to that date, we met, and he was the one that freed me from abuse. So sometimes we look outside of the abuse, or we look outside of people that maybe we are afraid of, or controlling people. And the reason we do that is because we know intuitively we're with the wrong person. We were never meant to be with that person, if that makes sense. Okay, I'll see if I can scroll back. All right, okay. Can I tell you if you and Craig are going to work out the second time? In truth, the only person that would really, really know that wholeheartedly is yourself, by asking your intuition. following your gut instinct. And the first thing I would say is there a glimpse or a shimmer of doubt? Or is there a glimpse or a shimmer of that same fear that you had of this person's Asperger's? Or had you managed to get over that fear before you agreed to start again? Okay, so if you had no fear whatsoever this second time round, and you do not fear his Asperger's, but you maybe understand more his Asperger's, then the understanding in itself and the acceptance for him with his autism or his Asperger's, because it's all same, Asperger's is under the same umbrella as autism. But it's a case of, if you respect him for who he is, Asperger's and all, and you accept that, you know, there's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days with him, then yes, it will definitely work out. It's understanding and acceptance of each other. If you can understand each other and accept each other as they are and love each other for who you are, then it's going to work. Keep communication flowing. You know, communication is a key to any relationship. If communication breaks down, then the relationship breaks down. You know, be open and honest with each other is the best advice that I can give. You know, and as long as you're open and honest with each other, there is no reason that it can't work out the second time. I hope that helps. Hi Welsh Button, lovely name. Okay, well, you know, if you feel that way and all you want to do is love him and all he wants to do is love you back in return unconditionally, then yes, definitely yes, it's going to work out. For sure, it will work out. So I hope that helps. But ultimately, you already know the answer. You've gone beyond the fear and you've gone into understanding him. So ultimately, you know, yes, I've kind of answered your question, but ultimately, without you even realizing it, you've also answered your own question. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much, everyone. You know what? I'm blown away with the likes and the gifts. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is a rare event to happen. I have shuffled the heck out of these cards. And I'm pretty sure that this was the same card that came out on yesterday's live. So I feel that because this card has come out 2 nights in a row, that is a rare event, folks. That is absolutely a rare event. Because this card has come out 2 nights in a row, maybe somebody has been watching this who watched last night's, or maybe somebody has just come across this. My card of the day is usually channeled from Spirit, and Spirit know, ultimately know, who's going to be coming on my live or who's going to be connecting with me when I'm picking a card of the day. And they help. It's not me that picks the card, it's Spirit that basically throws a card at me. So when they're throwing out this 7 of Swords twice in a row, there is somebody who will either watch this live video tonight or who will be watching the replay on my YouTube channel, which my link is in the bio, that hasn't healed from some kind of past trauma. What they have done is they have buried it away. They've put it to the back of their mind, hoping and praying it will go away. But when we do that, if we bury it without healing it, imagine you have these swords of problems and troubles. The problems and troubles that we deal with at the time that we have them, they are left behind us. We leave them behind. They're forgotten. But there are problems and troubles. Often it could be something serious like post-traumatic stress. It could be a childhood trauma, something in our past that was so horrific at the time, we buried it. We didn't confront it. We couldn't face it, so we buried it. We tried to forget it, block it out. Oh, Ash, famous Ash. Wow. Okay, so we already have 2 people that can relate to this card. So thank you for letting me know. So when we don't heal, when we throw things to the back of our minds, a lot of psychologists or psychiatrists will say our human minds block it out. If we go, if you go through something, especially if you go through something in childhood, the child's brain cannot cope with the horrific event or the trauma. So the brain blocks it out. And every so often, as that child grows older into adulthood, little triggers can bring it back. Now, anybody that's gone through post-traumatic stress, abuse of some kind, bullying, being on the other end of bullying, will know what triggers are. If you've got somebody, for example, that controls you by shouting in your face, by getting right close to you and shout in your face all the time, what's going to be the trigger for that? The trigger for that would be your brain can block that out, and you could go along your life forgetting all about it, or so you think. And then you meet a negative person in the street that comes up to you and shouts in your face. What is that action going to do? It's going to trigger the past event that your brain was hiding. Hello, Natasha. Oh, wow. Yeah. So, yeah. And that's the thing. We go through trauma. I went through 50 years of bullying. I was bullied at school because of my disability. I have unusual shaped eyes. So I got all the usual kids' names. Kids can be the cruelest, can't they? I got the Catwoman, I got, Cat's Eyes, I got, and years ago I wore glasses and you got the 4 eyes and whatever. And after a while, all that negativity our brain blocks it away until somebody in an adulthood will say, oh, you've got cat's eyes. Boom, it brings it back. Now, why does it bring it back and why is it so painful when that trigger hits? It's because we did not have time to process that trauma at the time that trauma actually happened. Our brains didn't give us a chance. It blocked it out. It was unhealed. So what happens is we carry it with us into the present and into the future. And that burden gets heavier and heavier as we carry on. And eventually, we sometimes have no option but to seek either some kind of counselling, some kind of therapy, whatever, or some people actually go through past regression to be able to get back to that point, face it and deal with it. Now, past aggression is one way of dealing with it, but it's a harsh road to go through, because you're actually facing it head on there and then without, and again, it could lead to further trauma in the past. Lovely to see so many people. Thank you, Pixie. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much for the likes, the gifts. You know what? I'm blown away. I'm truly blown away. I am only me. I come on and I share my wisdom, and just thank you so much for the likes, the comments, the shares, the follows. I absolutely adore every one of them, and I appreciate everyone that sends the likes and the hearts. It just blows my mind. Thank you, Pixie. So, last night's live, this card came out, and I'm going to give you the same advice for healing spiritually, how to heal those wounds spiritually. It's not a one day heals all, right? This is going to be a slow process for you to get that healing. And yes, it's going to be painful. I'm not going to sit here and say to you, it's going to be simple. You're going to go through it and there's going to be no emotions. There's going to be no tears. There's going to be no anger. There's going to be all of that and some. But at the end of it, you'll have a massive, massive release. Now, it's a simple process to actually explain, but not so simple when you actually come to do it. And this process can take months, even years. I left my ex-abuser 8 years ago, and I am still doing this process today, 8 years on, because it's a slow, gradual process. You cannot heal past life traumas such as bullying or abuse or whatever in the one go. It's impossible to do. But you can do it bit by bit. Now, what I suggest is you get the biggest book that you can get. Because, trust me, you will need it. Something like this. I have a big, huge book. I have several of these. One is to do my readings list for people that ask me for the 1 minute mini readings on my profile. I'm always adding to that, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to take me about a week to get through everybody's readings, but I will get there. But you can have what I suggest is you have a book that has many, many pages, because you're going to be using them. And what you do, whenever you feel you're ready to face the past traumas, because face them we must. You know, a lot of people will tell you, put the past behind you. Yes, the past that doesn't haunt you, the past that doesn't have these traumas, yes, you can put that behind you. The traumas one, no. With the trauma, with bullying, with past hurt, anger, you need to look back. You need to go back, however scary that may be. And what you need to do is you need to go back as far as you can to the first trauma that you ever had to deal with in life, whether it's bullying at school. And you sit with your book and your pen, and you go back in your mind to that day. You can ask the universe to help you, to take you back to that point, and to put protection around you while you visit that point, because it's going to bring back all the pain. It's going to bring back the memories of the feelings that you had then, the hurt, the tears that you may have had then. It's going to bring all of that back. When I went through my process and I went back to the first day of bullying at school, the notes that I put down on my book were very unreadable because the tears that came when I was writing down all that trauma blotted out the ink. But that's okay. The whole point isn't for you to write it down and read it. The whole point is for you to get it out of here onto the paper. Doesn't matter if you bawl your eyes out at that. But what I will give you is a little bit of caution as well. When you are doing that and you are writing it, if it becomes too painful at that point, stop. Just stop, close the book, put the pen away or put the pen beside the book for the next time, and revisit it at a next time and continue it from there. Now you'll see why it can take weeks, months, sometimes years to complete that. Because each trauma is different. Some trauma you might be able to face head on and write it all down in the one night. But there are other traumas that are going to bring horrors that your mind blotted out. And they're going to be the hardest ones for you to confront. But confront them you must. And you must write them down. Bit by bit if you need to. You know, you might do one night and then wait a few days or a week before you go back to it. That's absolutely fine. It's not a race. Healing is never a race. It's something that we should take our time with. And then when you've got to the point where you have got a full page of notes written down, and you've got to a certain point, maybe from primary school to secondary school, and you have a full page. Take that page and fold it into 4 quarters. For example, if I take, let me just take a piece of paper and let me show you what I mean. So you have a page and it's full of double-sided. So you've double-sided a page full, absolutely full of your traumas that you've gone through thus far. You're going to fold it. And then you're going to fold it again. And the way you fold it is that if you'd open this up, you will see it's in quarters. When you fold it, your writing or your initial start of your writing should be on the inside. So the start where you started and where you finished on the other side. Where you started must be on the inside. So you fold it and then you fold it again into quarters. And then what you do is you take a fireproof dish. It could be a pot, it could be a tin. Some people put it in empty bean tins. And you can either put it in as it is, or you can roll it up in the quarter, pop it in the tin, set it alight. And then once it's all burnt and you have the ashes, you can ask in your mind if you want, or out loud, universe, I ask you to take this hurt and away from me. And you can cast it to the 4 winds, starting from the east and ending in the east. So sort of east, south, west, north, and east. Another way that you can do it is you can ask for Mother Earth healing. So once you've burned your paper, you simply take the ashes and bury them in the earth, and you ask Mother Earth to take that pain, that trauma away from you and replace it with healing. Now when I do it as far as Mother Earth healing, I will often maybe go out into my garden barefooted. No socks, no shoes, just my bare feet, so that I have a firm connection with Mother Earth. So that when I'm when I'm burying my ashes in the earth, Mother Earth is sending healing up through my chakra points in my foot, and that travels up to the crown chakra, sending us emotional healing. And from there, it's gone. And then you carry on and you fill your second page and you go through the process, if that makes sense. What you'll find at the end of it is ultimate release and relief and a peace, an inner peace that you've confronted it. There may be many tears, there may be a lot of hurt in the process, but ultimately you've confronted it and you've healed from it. Hiding it, burying it within ourselves, in our psyche, we're going to carry that with us. And that is going to have an effect on our mental, emotional, and physical body. It's going to cause stresses, and often it can lead to depression, it can lead to post-traumatic stress. It's one of the reasons of post-traumatic stress is because triggers can set it off. If something can be triggered, it's a post-traumatic stress from a past event. Yes, it is. Hi, Breath Thomas. Thomas. So I hope this helps. As I said, this live will be shared to my YouTube channel as well. So anybody missed this live, they can go to my YouTube channel. I also have a group on Facebook called The Spiritual World of the Mystic Witch, and I share my live on there as well, because once TikTok lives are finished, my followers can't see it, but I can download the live, and which I do, and I will post it to my YouTube and my Facebook. I have a website link on my profile here on TikTok. Click on the link, it opens up my website, and you'll find lots of lovely information on there about me, including all my social media links. So you'll find all my Facebook pages and YouTube pages. I have my natural health and beauty shop on there as well. I love the Avera brand because it's all supernatural and it's part of who I am. So I promote their products because I love using them myself. So that's the card of the day. I will also do the mini card of the day, as I always do on my profile, with this card as well as the affirmation of the day. I don't have a time, but what I'm going to do when I get up, I think it's I'm going to try and schedule, be a bit more sort of spot on with my lives. So what I'm going to do is what I did today on my profile before I came live, about an hour. I think it was about an hour or half an hour before I went live. I put a little post up saying I will be doing my card and affirmation live at 10 p.m. UK time. Join me there. So keep an eye on my profile if you're one of my followers. And when I have no idea what's planned for tomorrow as yet, but usually when I get up in the mornings, I plan my days, including planning when I can go live. and that's when I'll pop up a little post on my profile letting everyone know when I'm going to go live here on TikTok, if that makes sense. It's just so that, hi, Katrine, lovely to see you. So, I have, at the minute, I have 4 names that I'm going to do a 1 card pull, and I'm going to be using my moon cards because I've been drawn to use my moon, the guidance of the moon tonight. So I need 1 more name for a reading. So what I'm going to do to try and make it fair, and by guiding, I'm going to get my guides to help me with this one, because my vision isn't that great because I'm registered blind. So what I want everyone to do is please pop in your name with your favourite heart colour. Could be any colour you like. And then I'm just going to go and pick a random name. So hit the likes and pop your name with your favourite colour heart. It could be purple, it could be red, it could be blue, it could be pink. And I will just randomly pick the 5th and last name for tonight. And then I will read the 5 names. And I'm going to do that every night at the end of my card and affirmation of the day. So keep those hearts a coming. And I will randomly pick just any name that I'm called to. The names that I already have for tonight, Jane 166, Diane Smith. I know Diane's not with us just now, but she's going to catch up on YouTube, I think. Nicole Hannah, and Famous Ash are the 4 that I already have. So let me see, who am I drawn to this evening? Okay, Debbie Peters with the blue heart. You're going to be my 5th. I'm being drawn to Debbie. Yep, Debbie Peters 826. Debbie Peters 826. Thank you everyone for the likes, the shares, the gifts tonight. I'm absolutely blown away. I absolutely appreciate every single one of you that's joined me on this live and joined in the conversation. You've been amazing. So let me get my moon cards and we'll go through these 5 names for everyone. So we're going to start with Jane 166. I don't know, is Jane still with us? Katrine, what you can do, I've only got 5 booked in at a time for this one. But if you're one of my followers, on my profile page, there is a pinned post for 1 card readings. And they are like these ones, one little, it's a short card pull. Put your name down there. I have a readings list. And I can... what I then do is I go to that post every day and I pick 3 names every day. And I will do a 1-minute reading and tag the person in that reading. And then you'll get notified that your reading has been done. Hi, you're just in time. We have got the 5 names that I'm just going to start pulling cards for. So we've got, in order, Jane 166, which I'm going to do, Diane Smith, Nicole Hannah, Famous Ash, and Debbie Peters. So we'll get started on this. Not a problem, you haven't missed anything. Okay. So as I'm shuffling, thank you so much, everyone. Honestly, sharing the love and the likes and the gifts, and you've totally spoiled me tonight. You really have, and I can't thank you enough. If it wasn't for all you wonderful people, I wouldn't be going live. It's because of the ones that, like Pixie, and others that have followed me, that got me to the 1K so that I could do my work live here on TikTok. And I am absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. So thank you so much. I've met some wonderful, wonderful people here on TikTok. So let's see what comes up for Jane. So I've already asked my spirit guides to bring me some guidance for Jane this evening. What does Jane need to know from the universe? And rune cards are really powerful and lovely messages from the universe and the moon. So let us see what we have. Okay, so Jane, no, where is it, Jane? Yes, it is. Jane 166. Okay. A fiery climax approaches. So Jane, I feel that there is somebody maybe close to you that has been kind of stirring the cauldron, stirring the pot, as it were. And it could be that it's something that is simmering in the background, right? And I feel this person is trying to cause some kind of trouble, some kind of upset within your friends or family circle. And I feel that there's tension in the air, if that makes sense. I don't know if Jane is still with us. Right, wait a minute. Hold the pot. Okay, Katrina, what I'm going to do, I have my little readings list here. Let me pop your name in it just now. I need to get your, so Katrina, it's Katrina 233. Okay, you're already on my reading list. I will tag you when I get round to doing your card. Okay, so you're already on my list. Don't worry about it. It is on my, it's the third, I have 3 pinned posts on my profile page, and it's the third one along. That's my readings, and people just comment their name, and I will do I will add them to my readings list. But it's fine, Katrina, you're on my list. So going back to Jane's, I don't know, I think Jane may be gone, Jane 166, but she knows that this will be shared to my Facebook page and my YouTube channels. The links for all of these are in my bio. It's just my website, the Mystic Witch website. All my links are there. So as far as Jane's card goes, somebody is causing tension in your family circle or your friend circle. And it's a tension that's boiling and boiling and boiling. It's simmering away. Everybody is trying to keep calm within this situation. And everybody's trying to play it down and trying to maybe ignore this person. But this is saying there's a fiery climax approaching, which means when tension is like a volcano. before it erupts. A volcano just doesn't spurt up and erupt instantly. It simmers away beneath the surface. And then it simmers some more. And as time goes on, it erupts. So this situation that you may be facing, or maybe someone in your family or close circle of friends is going through, it is going to erupt. But that's a good thing, because when it erupts, it clears the air. Truths will be spoken. There may be some hurtful words in the process, as any arguments, but everyone will have their say, and it will clear the air once and for all. I hope that makes sense for you. Thank you so much for the roses and the gifts. Thank you so much. Congratulations, little bit crazy 547. You've just become a top viewer. Woo! Well done. Thank you so much. I so appreciate all of the gifts, honestly, I do. And even though I can only do 5 cards tonight, please, if you want another reading, do you know what, a little bit crazy. I usually just do 5, but because you have been so generous with the gifts, let me put little bit crazy. We're in the wrong list here. Okay, little bit crazy will be my 6th one. 6th and last one. Thank you so much, little bit crazy. Five, 4, 7. Okay. So I think Jane may have, Jane 166 may be away, but I'm hoping that Jane will go to my YouTube channel and be able to find her card and be able to get some answers for this. Hi, girl, how are you? You've just missed the card and affirmation of the day, but I've just picked 6 lovely viewers for a reading. So I've just finished Jane's. Hers is the first. So I know Jane's disappeared, but she's going to be jumping on my, I'm sure she'll jump on either my Facebook group or my YouTube channel, because this will be shared to both. So Jane, if you're watching this on the replay, I hope this has meaning for you, my lovely. How are you, Tracy? Thank you for the likes, little bit crazy. I am honestly, I am so blown away with the likes that I've had and the gifts that I've had tonight. Thank you all so much. For those of you who have sent gifts and likes and haven't been lucky enough to go on my list for tonight, please go along to my profile and add your name onto my reading list, which is on my pinned post. It's I believe it's the 3rd post along. Just go into the comments and pop in cards, please, and I will add you to my readings list. Just because you were kind enough to send gifts and hearts tonight. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. I'm just me. I've had so many people joining my lives and telling me how awesome I am or how amazing I am. And you know what? At the end of the day, I'm just me. You know, I do what I do because it's in my heart to do it. You know, I am, what you see is what you get with me. But yeah, I haven't met some. We've had such a wonderful live tonight. It's just blown me away with how kind everyone is and the conversations that everybody's been having tonight. Oh, thank you. And that's what I was saying to all the viewers here tonight. It's a different atmosphere. It's a different world over here on TikTok. Even on Instagram, I think my followers on Instagram total 200 or something. I've now got over 1,000. Well, the last time I looked, because it just keeps on growing. But the last time I looked, I had like 1,511 followers, something like that. And every time I look, the number changes. So I have no idea. But thank you all. But yeah, I'm in my element when I'm doing my readings and I'm doing my spiritual work. That is me at my best. Okay, so we have done Jane. So next one, Diane Smith, 23863. I'm not sure if Diane is still with us, but I'm going to pick a card anyway because Diane already knows that this will be shared on YouTube. So let us pick. I'm going to carry on and doing these readings because I don't want to keep everyone for hours and hours. So I'm just going to go through the next 5. Normally I usually stick to 5, but Little Bit Crazy has just been so generous with their likes and top viewers. So well done, Little Bit Crazy. You are awesome. You are all awesome. Okay. Let us pick a card for Diane. Beautiful, beautiful name. I have a sister called Diane. Okay. Now, as I'm shuffling this card for Diane, I have an elderly lady coming through while I'm shuffling these cards. And I feel she's not a mother figure. I feel she's a grandmother or a great-grandmother. But she's definitely a grandmother. She could actually be both. She could be your grandmother and a great-grandmother. But there is definitely a lady coming through. Okay, she's telling me she's a grandmother. And I feel that she's a grandmother on your mum's side or connected to your mum. So whether she is your grandmother or your mum's grandmother, but she is definitely a grandmother. She's telling me she's definitely a grandmother. So I hope that resonates with you. Okay, so let us see what card. Okay, she's just thrown a card out of the deck, so I'm just going to go with that one. Okay, so this one is for Diane Smith, 23865. I'm not sure if she's still with us. But if not, I'm sure she will. Thank you so much. Thank you. So the card that I picked for Diane is luck is on your side right now. And it's a new moon in Sagittarius. This is a powerful, powerful card. Because I feel that in the past, and especially in the near sort of past, you've been anything but unlucky. Anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And you've kind of felt nothing has gone my way. Everything is just going the opposite way to what I want it to be. You know, and it's the kind of case as I'm not going to put a number on the lottery because I'm so unlucky I'm not going to win. Right? But this card is saying at some point when we go through a bad spell or an unlucky spell, the tables turn. And your table is turning right now. This message is such a powerful message that I feel you need to hear. Because I feel that The past events have got you so down. And sometimes when we are in that ditch, sometimes when we get to that feeling down, it's hard to claw yourself back up. It's hard to feel positive when you've just been kicked, and then you get up and you get kicked down again, and you get up and you get kicked down. But ultimately, there's only so many times that you can be kicked to the dirt, you can be kicked to the ground before you actually realize, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And you dust yourself down and you stand tall and you stand strong and you say, no, I'm gonna change this. The minute you say that, the minute you say, no, tomorrow, it's the same with the affirmation of the day. Today's affirmation is, today is a new beginning. And this is your new beginning. We can put tomorrow in the past because it's gone, it's been and gone. So from tomorrow, Diane, what I want you to do is use this affirmation. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, today is a new start. It's a new beginning. And everything is going to go right. Everything that I want in my life is going to come to me. Because what I want and what I yearn for and what I ask the universe for will manifest. All of these words are positives. And when we spout out positive, we get positive back. Take tomorrow as a new beginning. Because when you do that, your luck is not, this is a lucky period for you. This is your new beginning. Your new beginning. We've just passed a retrograde. Now is the time to embrace the new beginnings after the storm and go forward and go grab your future. Whatever you want, ask the universe for it and believe that the universe is going to give you it. If you want abundance, ask for it. If you want success, say, today I am going to be successful. Today I am going to draw in abundance. Today I'm going to get that new job. Today I'm going to have a flutter on the lottery and win something. It might just be £10, but hey, £10 better than no pound, right? Whatever it is, this is your new beginning. And when you treat tomorrow as a new beginning, your luck changes. Good things are coming your way, Diane. So I hope that that helps. Thank you so much, Zoe. Thank you for all the shares, everyone. And all the hearts and the likes and the gifts. I absolutely love you all. Okay, out of the 6 that we've got tonight, we're now on to Nicole Hannah. So I don't know if Nicole Hannah is still with us. So if Nicole Hannah is still with us, this card is your card coming up. And again, for anyone that's just joined me, apologies if you've missed being in. Right, okay, there's another card that's fell out the packs, but are just on the ball tonight. For anyone that has missed the beginning of this live, each night I'm going to pick 5. Tonight I made an exception of 6 because Little Bit Crazy was our top viewer and gifter tonight, so I've added Little Bit Crazy into the list. But for those who have not been lucky to get a reading from me today, please go to my profile. The 3rd pinned post along, you can comment your name and ask for a card. I will add you onto my ever-growing readings list. And every day when I come on my TikTok, I will pick 3 names and read those names. I will do a TikTok video and I will tag you in that, so you'll get your free reading from my list. So, lost my train of thought. So, Nicole Hannah, the card I picked for you is your hard work is paying off, and it is the new moon in Capricorn. I love Capricorn because I'm a Capricorn baby myself. So your hard work is paying off. If Nicole is still in the room, I don't know if she is. Thank you, little bit crazy. These likes are absolutely amazing. Thank you, Zoe, for the likes. Thank you, everybody who is sending the likes and the love and the gifts. Thank you so, so much. You are awesome. I'll tell you, everybody, all these people that are coming on tonight, they are all absolutely amazing. And I hope you do go along to my profile and ask me for a card. Okay, she's still here. Awesome. So, your hard work is definitely paying off. Whatever it is you've been working on, whether it's career, whether it's a project, maybe you've wanted to start your own business, maybe you've wanted to start a new project or a new hobby of some kind, maybe you're making plans and things have been really, really slow and you think you're not getting anywhere. And I feel that in the past, you may be thinking 2 steps forward, 1 step back, right? But that's not the case. This card is saying your hard work is about to pay off. If it's to do with career and jobs, your hard work is being noticed. And there could be something in the pipeline in the way of promotion or a pay rise or recognition for everything that you've done. Right? And at the end of the day, if we put in the work at the end of the day, surely everyone should deserve recognition for the things that they do. Sadly, in this world, not everything that we do, we don't always get the recognition, which is pretty sad. There are some bad employers out there that are quite happy to let you work your guts out and don't give you the respect and the credit for that. However, in your case, my love, your hard work is being noticed. It is going to pay off in dividends. It's like anything else. If you put in the work, you will reap the benefits. But if you're just going to sit in the sun and do nothing about it, it's not going to happen. It's not going to manifest. But you're so determined to make this thing work that you've put your all and everything into this. I hope this makes sense. Thank you for the follows, the likes, the gifts, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Caitlin, for the likes. So I hope that has meaning for you, because this card is definitely saying you have been working so hard towards something. You've put your life and you put your heart and soul into this. It's a bit like when I started my own little business, The Mystic Witch. I knew that was where my fate lay. I've always known since the day I was born, I was supposed to help people through guiding them with my wisdom, sending them distant Reiki healing, or reading cards for them, or people that book full readings with me. That has been my calling. That is my heart and soul. That is who I am. And that's why I give a lot of little mini free readings like this, because it's what I'm called to do. It's in my nature, it's in my heart and soul to help other people. And I have gone through some 50 odd years of trauma, and the things that I have endured in my life have been horrific. But do you know what? When I look back on my life, the things that I've endured, I have gathered experience from that. And who else to help women, men that are going through abuse, children with abuse, or bullying than somebody that's been there, done it, and worn the t-shirt and come out the other end, who has battled the world's worst storms and is still standing. Who better to understand somebody that is either still going through that or may have got out of that and may be struggling with the healing process than somebody that's already done that. That's why a lot of witches, such as myself, go through a life of hell. We go through a life of hell so that we can help others that are going through the life of hell. I put my heart and soul into that. So this card is basically saying, you've put your heart and soul into whatever this card is relating to. And I feel that you know what it is that I'm talking about. When you go and do something, it's not something you just think about and I'll just sit on that for a little while and ponder it. No, you go in there wholeheartedly and you put your heart and soul into doing whatever it is that you need to do. And when you do that, success follows. And all of that hard work, this card is saying, is going to pay off sooner than what you think as well. Hi, Catherine family. Hello, everyone. So if I've missed anyone, hello, everyone. I do save these lives and I put them onto my YouTube channel. So if anyone wants to look back on this live, because it has been a fantastic live, you can get the link in my bio. It's my website and it has all my social media links on there. Okay, so moving swiftly on. Thank you, Nicole Hannah, for being my third one. We've got 3 more to go through. So the next one is Famous Ash. So I'm gonna shuffle the cards for Famous Ash and see what the universe has to say. Some beautiful readings tonight. Thank you, Starmate 4. Thank you, Candy. Catherine family, for this live, I've picked 6 names already, my love, but please go along to my profile, and I have on my 3rd pinned post, there is a TikTok that I've done where I ask people to put their names down for a card reading. And I have a book here that has all the names. I've got about 2 pages of names on there. And I do go through them every single day. I pick 3 names every single day. And then I tag you in that reading. So do go and put your name down there. And I will be more than happy to put you on my readings list. Hi, Ashwell. Thank you, Famous, for the likes. Okay. Thank you all so much. Honestly, you have just been too kind tonight with the likes and the gifts and everything. So thank you so much. Okay. So let's see what card. Okay. There's a card popped out here for Famous, so I'm just going to go with that. And for some reason, Spirit have just mixed up my cards. Thank you, Spirit. Right, there we go. We have sorted them out, but I've got this card. Okay, so this card is, it's a waning moon. And what is it, Famous, that you need to release? There's something that you are holding on to, or that you have been holding on to, that is pretty painful, and you've just not been able to release it. And the universe is saying, okay, the gloves are off. It's now time to get serious here and say, what is it? What is it? Look deep within. What is it that you need to confront and you need to release? Is what this card is saying. You're more than welcome. I try and talk to everyone. Unfortunately, I am registered blind and I will miss a few names along the way because I just catch names as I'm looking at the comments. But if I do ignore you, it's not intentional. And anyone is more than welcome to go along to my profile and ask me to put you on my readings list. And I'm more than happy. Anyone that's been watching this, please go along to that list and get your name down on that list if you haven't been lucky enough to get a reading tonight. Every night I will be coming on to do my card and affirmation of the day, and after I've done my card and affirmation live, I will pick 5 names at random. So those that are watching tonight, I've already got my names down for tonight's one, but I will pick another 5 tomorrow and then the next night. But you can also put your name down for a free reading, 1 card reading on my profile as well. Okay, so there's your starting point, right? It's your past. You know exactly which part of your past, right? It's in the middle school. So what you need to do is you need to go back there. You need to go back to that time. And you need to start jotting down everything, even the painful things. And you need to keep writing them down and writing them down. Doesn't matter how long that takes. It could take a lifetime, it could take months, it could take a few weeks. Everybody is different. But the universe is saying it's time to release that. You need to release it. It needs to let go because that burden has been weighing you down for so long. And you deserve to be free from it. You deserve to release that. And the universe is saying to release it. Start writing, go back to right to the beginning. Go back to that middle school time. You can visit it frequently throughout the next weeks, days, whatever, however long it takes you. But write it down, and then once you've written it down, go with your intuition. What do you want to do with that? Do you want to burn it and cast the ashes? Or do you want to bury it and take healing from Mother Earth? Ultimately, the choice is yours. But you must release this. This is a strong message when this card comes up, that it needs to be released. So I hope that will help. Also, I am always just a message away if you need somebody to talk to. Let me tell you, I have been through emotional, physical, sexual abuse, as well as a lifetime of bullying. So I get you. I totally know where you're coming from. I left 30 years of abuse 8 years ago. And I still, to this day, write things down that come up. If something triggers, if somebody comes along in your life and they trigger that, write it down there and then. While it's triggered, write it down. Things occur in my life that trigger things, and when that trigger has been sprung, when somebody pulls that trigger, I simply grab my journal, I write it down. Because some past stuff is so deeply hidden that when we look for it, we can't find it. And the only time that we can find it is when somebody triggers it. I hope that makes sense. So even if you think you've got everything down on paper, still keep that paper if it's not full, because somewhere along the line somebody will trigger something that you have deeply, deeply hidden away, and then write that down. And honestly, when you've gone through the whole process, and even page by page, when you burn or you bury page by page, the release that you get is just simply amazing. You're more than welcome. I'm so glad you were able to jump on my live and be chosen for tonight's reading. Okay, so Little Bit Crazy, who TikTok has just informed me has been our top viewer tonight, so and has been sending lots of likes, etc. So I'm going to pick a card for Little Bit Crazy. I'm not sure, are you still with us, Little Bit Crazy? So this is our last one of the evening. And thank you so much. I can't thank everyone enough for the follows, the likes, the gifts, the hearts. Honestly, I've just been, it's just blown me away. I have been doing readings for quite a few years on Facebook, and you are lucky if I've had a handful of likes or comments from people that I've done free readings for. And then I came on to TikTok. This is my third live. You wouldn't think it, right? But this is my third live here on TikTok. And my first live was a disaster because I'm not used to such big audiences. Because Facebook, let's face it, folks, if anybody's been on Facebook, Facebook is pretty pants now, right? It's not the same class as TikTok. I have made some wonderful new friends here on TikTok. Don't get me wrong, you still, ladies, we still get the creepy men in our DM box. Who gets the creepy men in the DM box? No, the ones that kind of sneak in your DM box and say, "Hi, would you like a sugar daddy?" No, I'm on a diet, too much sugar. Thank you anyway. Money's not my thing. Don't need your money, don't need your wealth or whatever. And then I usually just block them and carry on my merry way. Or you get those ones, "Hi, where are you from? Are you single? Are you married?" No, I'm not single. I've got a man in my life. Oh yeah. Okay, you got a man in your life. Would you like to give me your number? Would you like to give me your email? No, which part of I've got a man in my life and you can't touch him? No way, right? We get them. And it doesn't matter what platform we are on, ladies, right? We get them. Oh, did I forget Debbie Peters? Wait a minute. Have I got you on the wrong list? I did. Apologies. Right, Debbie Peters, I will do you straight after a little bit. You are on my list. My eyes aren't that great, so I do apologise. But yes, I have got you on my... Do you know what? I'm going to do Debbie Peters now. And then we'll do it in order. So let's do Debbie first. Thank you for pointing that out, Debbie. My vision isn't great, so sometimes I kind of rush my list, but thank you so much. Okay. So we'll do Debbie Peters and then Little Bit Crazy. We'll get there in the end. That's what I love about TikTok. Thank you, Debbie, as well, for pointing that out. When you're registered blind and your vision is very poor, it is pretty tough trying to keep up with comments. And sometimes when I look at my notes, I do tend to miss but I would have noticed it anyway because I double check everything before I left. But let's do this in order. Let's do Debbie. So we're just going to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle Debbie's cards, and we will see what the universe. I love this audience that have come tonight. You've just blown me away tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. Honestly. Thank you, Pixie. Pixie, regarding your question, if you send me it in DM, because sometimes I miss the questions because they go up so quickly. But if you send your question in DM, when I have a minute, I will obviously reply. I always reply to Pixie's DMs anyway. The question that you asked earlier on about something about what you've planned on the 15th, send me a message and I will get back to you on that one, honey. Okay. So let's pick. Wow. Okay. Debbie, the card that you have got is a fixed moon, right? What is it that is in your life that you think about, then you put it off? Then it comes up again and you put it off. And then you think about it again and then it's like maybe tomorrow. But it keeps, however many times you put this thing off, it keeps coming back, and then you think about it some more and you think, maybe tomorrow, or I'll maybe do that tomorrow, or maybe start that tomorrow. I don't know if this makes sense, but it's something that you begin to focus on something, or focus on an idea, or something that you would like to do, and then you get distracted, and it's put on the back burner, is what this card is saying. But then it pops up again. And you give it a little bit extra thought, and then something else gets in the way and it goes on the back burner. I don't know if this makes sense. I don't know if you can relate to this. But the card's basically saying you keep thinking about doing or saying this and you put it off. So whether it's a task that you want to do, whether it's maybe a holiday or something that you want to plan, or a project that you want to do, it's something that you keep putting off. It can wait till tomorrow, or it can wait till the next day, or it can wait till the next day. And then it kind of goes out your mind for a while, then up it pops again. And the reason that it keeps popping up is because this is something that if you actually put some time aside to get whatever it is started, it's going to work out. Now is the time to do this, is what this card is saying. It's saying, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. Because now is the prime time for you to do this. The time and the energies around this are ripe right now. As I said earlier on in this this live, we just come out of a retrograde, and that's had some bumpy roads for many of us, including myself. But we've kind of picked up the ashes of that, and better days are ahead. So anything that we have put off, now is the time to do this. I don't know if that makes sense. Exactly. Yep. Yep. We may not have tomorrow. That's the thing. That's the truth about it. You know, we always think we've got tomorrow, the next day, the week, the months, many years ahead of us. Nobody knows whether when we go to our beds at night, can we be certain 1000% certain that we are going to open our beautiful eyes in the morning. We can't. And the affirmation of the day today was, take today as a new beginning. Whatever's gone on in the past, that's, leave it there, but start today as a new beginning. Welcome back. Oh, I'm glad you can. I'm glad you can relate to this. So Debbie, you can relate to what this card is asking you. So whatever it is that you're putting off, now's the time. You need to just get it done. No more putting it off. I feel that there's been a lot of self-doubt. It's like, well, what if I do it? What if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? That kind of thing. I feel there's a lot of self-doubts with whatever it is you keep putting off. And that's partly the reason you keep putting off. But the card is here to say, stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting your capabilities. Stop doubting how awesome and amazing that you are. You can do this. You can be successful at this. You can get it done. And when you do, the sense of achievement that you will have will be absolutely amazing. So I hope that has meaning for you, and I'm so glad that you joined me tonight to get this card. I love this card because it's reminding us, if you do get a vision, if you get an instinct to do something, or something calls you, and you think, I'll wait till tomorrow. If it's calling you, it's going to come back tomorrow, and it's going to come back the next day, and it's going to come back the next day until you get the job done. And then if you keep on ignoring it, you end up on one of my lives, and the universe tells you to do it. Yeah, Pixie was on my live yesterday and managed, the day before her bestie's funeral, managed to get a beautiful message. Anybody that's not seen that live, you can get that live on my YouTube channel. It's now posted on my YouTube channel. But the message was beautiful, and it is a reminder that tomorrow is never promised, and we should take every opportunity in life when it comes our way. Yes, it can be. My father died in 1994 of cancer, and he had his own business, and he worked every day of his life. And the reason that he did this was so that he could plan for his retirement. One of the things he wanted to do when he retired was to own his own hotel. He spent so many times after his work going in for the after work pint. He said, well, do you know what? One day I'll be pulling pints because I will own my own pub when I'm retired. Cancer had other plans for him. And he passed away 2 days before Christmas at the age of 51. He never got his retirement. He never got to be on the other side of the bar to pull pints in his own pub. And what ended up happening was my mum sold everything and bought the pub that he so long dreamed to have. And she worked there until she was 60. The no smoking ban came in around that time, and she decided it was time to sell the hotel before the hotel went under because of the non-smoking ban. And she took early retirement at 60 so that she could have 10, 20 years retirement. She died at 67. of cancer as well. So we never know, how long our journey on this life is. And I think that's one of the reasons why my guides called the affirmation of the day to be, today is a new beginning. Make every day a new beginning. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad you got the red and pink flower in the card. So thank you, Debbie, for asking me to pick a card. And thank you for reminding me that your name was on that list. I would have noticed because I do double check. So we've had Jane, we've had Diane, Nicole Hunter, we've had Famous, we've now had Debbie, and now we have Little Bit Crazy. So I'm gonna shuffle these cards for a Little Bit Crazy. A Little Bit Crazy, not sure if you're still with us on this live. Hopefully you are, because I'm going to be shuffling these cards for you. Hi Jade, I would love to do, honestly, I could sit here all night and do cards all night, but I do have little mini cards and affirmations of the day to do after this one. And here in the UK, it's just 29 minutes past midnight, so I've still got them to do. However, if you're one of my followers, do go to my profile. On my profile, on the third pinned post along, there is a free readings post. Go along, comment with your name and card, please. And I have started a readings list on there. What I do is I go through the list every day, and I pick 3 names every day from that list. The list is quite long, but you will get there. And then what I do is I do a mini reading for them, and I tag them in the mini reading on my profile page. You'll see all the previous readings that I've done, but it is on the pinned post on my profile, and I'll be more than happy. Failing that, another way you could do it is I come on every night to do my live card and affirmation of the day. I usually post beforehand what time I'm coming on, and if you join me live, I can also do the first 5 people that I'm drawn to pick for that night. I usually pick 5 names to do. So I have got my list done tonight. Little Bit Crazy is the last one on the list. But you're welcome to join me tomorrow night, or go along to my profile and pop your name down to go on my card reading list. Everybody on that list, I will reply to your comment saying you are on my list. So every comment that goes on there, I do reply and say thank you for asking for a card. You're on my list, and you'll know that you're on my list, and I will get through that list as soon as I can. But please bear in mind, I do offline personal readings for people and Reiki healing, as well as my TikToks, and spending some time with my partner as well. But yes, definitely go along and put your name down, sweetheart. Hi, Susan. So, and that goes with anyone that's watching me. Please feel free to put your name down on that list. The list is growing longer every day, and I want to thank everybody that has already put their name down on that list. After I've done all my lives and my TikTok things tonight, I will go along to that list and add names to all the comments and comment on anybody that's asked for a card, so that you know that you're on that list. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the rose, Pixie. Now, I don't follow Jesus as such. I have gods and goddesses, which is the same thing, different, God, Jesus, they're all the same thingies, but they're all the same, different, they call God, Jesus, different names. I have many gods and goddesses that I follow. But yeah, thank you, and I know that everyone is blessed to be followed by whatever deity, whether it's God, whether it's Jesus. I send blessings and much love and light to absolutely everyone, because everyone deserves love and light and blessings in their life. Okay, so a little bit crazy. Let us pick a card for you this evening. A little bit crazy was one of our top viewers this evening. So thank you all. Wow. Oh my goodness, Pixie. 24 roses from Pixie. Thank you so much. Girl, you are awesome. Do you know what? I am absolutely blown away with the gifts, the likes, the hearts, everything tonight. Thank you so much. And I've met some absolutely amazing people. Honestly, TikTok people rock. Not saying that, I'm just genuinely meaning that they are awesome. Okay, so this is for a little bit crazy. Your commitment is being tested, and it's the first quarter moon. Okay, your commitment is being tested is the message in this card. So maybe what I feel that this could be in relationship, in a relationship area. Okay, maybe there's things that need to be communicated within a relationship. Maybe you feel you've done enough in a relationship, but maybe the other person is feeling that you're not maybe putting 1000% into the relationship. You're kind of going into the relationship light-hearted. Maybe you're both looking at the relationship in different ways. And the only true way is communication. Communication in any relationship is key. Because this is saying, someone in your circle, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friend, is testing you to see how committed you are to them, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship. I don't know if this resonates with you. Oh my goodness, Pixie, thank you so much for the roses. The journal the journal can be whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a big book. It could be, you could write it down in a notebook, a jotter, and absolutely anything. You could even use typing paper or whatever, if you've got typing paper, and you could put it into a folder. The book, the paper that you write your things down on, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a big book, a small book. The whole point is not the actual implement. It's not the pen, it's not the paper that counts. It's getting the emotions, getting the trauma out onto paper. Doesn't matter how big the paper is. The whole point is you need to get it out onto the paper, and then once everything is written on the paper, you need to then burn it. So it doesn't matter what size the journal is. No problem. It could be anything. It could be a scrap of paper. It could be sticky notes, right? You might want to use sticky notes. Some people love sticky notes and popping sticky notes everywhere. It could be sticky notes. It could be a jotter. It could be whatever tool that you want to use. So getting back to the final card of the night for a little bit crazy, I feel that you know what this card is on about. And this card is basically saying maybe it's time to step up the mark and show a friend or somebody close to you just how committed you are to them. And ultimately, if you're not committed to that person, please don't keep them hanging on. There's nothing worse than somebody feeling that you're committed to them, that you're giving them the whole 100% in the relationship when maybe your feelings aren't the same. This is where the communication part is so important in any relationship or friendship. If you don't spend the time and put in the communication, little messages, little signs get missed. And that's when your commitment can be tested. That's when people start to feel the vibe. You know, it took me 30 years to realise that my ex didn't love me one little bit. In the 30 years we were married, he didn't love me. He loved the idea of me bringing children into the world so that he could abuse them. That wasn't love, that was control. And I realised his commitment to me was not the same as the commitment that I put into him when I married him. And there's nothing more horrific than realising that while you were at work, the one that you love so dearly abused your own daughter while you were at work. It's the most heartbreaking news that any mum can hear. And I knew his commitment wasn't with me. It was what I could produce for him to abuse. But that's me. But this card is on about somebody in your life, a little bit crazy, that needs to know where your commitment is. How much are you committed to the person that is close to you in life, whether it's a close friend or whether it's a partner, a wife, fiance, whatever. Your commitment is being tested by that person, and that person needs to know where your commitment stands. Are you half committed or are you fully committed in the relationship is the message of this card. And I hope that that has some meaning to you. Hi, Jane Barton. I would love to do more readings. However, I would pretty much be here all night. But however, I do have a post on my profile for anyone that hasn't been lucky enough to get readings. When I come on and do my card and affirmation of the day live, I pick 5 names. And then I keep it to 5. Otherwise, I would literally be here all night. However, I'm back tomorrow night. So do come along if you would like me to do your reading live. If you would like a free mini reading, go along to my profile. On my 3rd pinned post is a free readings post. Go to the comments and put reading please. I will then comment that you are on my list. And every day I try and do at least 2 to 3 names off that list. And I will tag you in your reading. And that's for anyone watching this live. Please feel free to use that post. Or you can come along and watch me tomorrow night. Because I will be on here every night doing a card of the day. On Sunday evening, I plan to do my card of the day in the morning. And I'm going to devote Sunday evening to doing short card picks for anyone that wants them. I will put little ads, little notices on my profile letting you know each day when I'm coming on live. I did one earlier on for this live. Usually when I get up, I schedule my day. And then when I'm scheduling my day, I'll put a post. I'm going to put a post on saying what time that I will be live. And then you can join me live. And the first 5 names that I'm drawn to gets a reading, as well as my card and affirmation of the day. Anyone that's missed this, live, I will be sharing it to my YouTube channel and my Facebook group as well. Anyone is more than welcome to join my Facebook group, and I have two YouTube channels. Lady Moonlight is my life, I guess, shares my life, my music, my readings, etc. And then the Mystic Witch is my health and beauty and spiritual channel. The link, my website link is on my bio, and it has all my social media links on there as well. Oh my goodness me. Oh my gosh, Pixie, you're causing mischief already by breaking. You broke TikTok by so many roses. Oh my goodness me, thank you. Do you know what? You are awesome. You make me smile, girl, so you do. Oh, bless. Yeah, we'll just blame Ollie. Oh, well, I would absolutely love to spend all evening with you wonderful, wonderful people. I truly, truly would. But I do have my little mini card of the day, and I've got two little mini readings scheduled from my ever-growing readings list to do tonight. So I'm going to say a huge, huge thank you to everyone that joined me tonight. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, the hearts, the gifts. Thank you to Pixie for breaking TikTok with all her roses. She broke the roses basket with the weight of all the roses that she sent. So huge thank you. Thank you, Famous. And thank you, Debbie, for the likes. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, everyone. It's me that thanks you all, because without you all, I couldn't do what I love doing. I couldn't come on and do my card and affirmation of the day and my little card picks for you. So it's all of you I have to thank. So I should thank you. You've made my night complete, and you've made this little witch smile. So especially Pixie. You know, when Pixie comes into the room, she's gonna break something. So, but she's amazing. Pixie is amazing. But thank you so much, and everyone is. Exactly. You know what? I have never met half of the people that have been on this live. But you know what? I absolutely adore absolutely everyone, because you gave up your time to be on my live. So honestly, huge, huge thank you. You've made me smile, and you've just made this night perfect. So thank you all. You're amazing. I know I'm gonna be so busy following new followers that have probably followed me from this live back. So thank you for keeping me busy. You're amazing. Honestly, every one of you are amazing, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I send you all love and blessings, because every one of you deserve it. So I look forward to coming back tomorrow evening. Feel free to join me. I will put a post on in the morning letting you know roughly what time I'm going live. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Pixie. Thank you, Famous. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Jane. Thank you. Who else have we got that I read for today? Thank you, Diane, Nicole. Thank you, everyone. And little bit crazy. Thank you so much. You were the top viewer according to TikTok today. So thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who sent hearts, gifts. You've totally just spoiled me rotten tonight, and I'm not used to that. But thank you so much. You know what? I come on here and do my readings freely because it's in my heart to do that, and to see so many beautiful comments, so many likes, so many gifts. I'm just, wow, just wow. It's all I can say. Thank you all. Thank you so much, Cassie, for the likes. And thank you, everyone. I wish you all a wonderful rest of Wednesday. It's actually early Thursday morning here in the UK, but I know some people who are in the States, etc., are still on Wednesday. So whatever day you're on, whether it's Wednesday or whether it's Thursday, have a great evening, everyone, or morning. And I will see you all tomorrow again for another card and affirmation of the day. Love and blessings. Mwah. Love to you all. Let's see if we can turn this off. Oh, it's not done that. Oh, it keeps on. See you all tomorrow.